Hello and welcome to F1 Reacts. I'm Adam Lyon
And I'm Craig McLean.
and we're going to look at the drivers' tweets from a chaotic Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
So we're starting off today with Lewis Hamilton. After the race he said, "Today was a reminder of my dad's advice he said to me as a kid of never giving up. Thank you to the team for working so hard throughout the weekend, as you always do. My thoughts go out to Valtteri. He drove a great race today and was unlucky at the end at Mercedes AMG F1. He's obviously taken on board what he learned as a kid. It's fair enough. It's never over until the final whistle goes, which is very much true in this circumstance. It could have gone a lot worse for him, but he kept at it. Valtteri was very unlucky. He understands that fact, but it's good to see that Hamilton got the result in the end. He knuckled away and kept going, and I'm sure it'll come to Valtteri in a couple of races' time.
Next up is his teammate Valtteri Bottas. He said, "Sometimes the sport you love can be tough, but I've learned to turn negative experiences into strength." Obviously a very, very disappointed guy there, had that race in his hands and it was just taken away from him, but he's looking at the positives of it. He'll learn from this. Not sure, learn that sometimes there is debris on the track, but it's good that he's not just being negative about it. He knows that this can turn into some positive for him, give him something to strive for in the coming weeks, and I'm sure he'll do that.
Obviously Ferrari do not have Twitter for the drivers, so we're not covering them. So next to Red Bull, who obviously had a very big contrast in fortunes to Mr. Hamilton. Max Verstappen saying, "This result is really disappointing for the team. It doesn't matter who is to blame, it just shouldn't have happened. So many people are working hard to improve our cars and they deserve an apology." The incident obviously was one of the main talking points of the race. Verstappen obviously staying as low key as he can on social media, obviously not happy about what's happened. It's not the first time it's happened to him this season, so he's going to want to rectify that issue.
Staying with depressing tweets, we're going to go to Romain Grosjean. Obviously he crashed under the safety car. He said, "I'm very sorry for the team, they didn't deserve this after such a good job on the car." Now it's been the story of Haas's season so far, that they seem to have a very good car, but mistakes are costing them. The pit stops in Australia, and now this a bit of a rookie mistake from Romain Grosjean. He will not be happy about that, and rightly so.
Yeah, Grosjean's had a pretty messy start to the season. Obviously the mistake in Australia was the worst one. That cost them a lot of points, but you look at Haas now, they're on 8th in the championship. That's not where they should be considering how quick they are, so they're going to want to make sure when they get back to Spain that they get a good result so they can move up the standings. Elsewhere, another driver who was involved in the crash, however he managed to definitely salvage his race, was Fernando Alonso. He's saying, "Punctures and a damaged car in the first lap, 7th and more points in the checkered flag, a race that I'm proud of due to the difficulty of it." Alonso definitely managed to really prove himself as a driver yet again this weekend. 7th place, considering at the end of the first lap he was pretty much on two wheels. Great driving again. He's been really consistent this season and I'm sure he'll keep it up.
Very impressive stuff. Another driver with more points, Brendan Hartley. He said, "First points on the board today, thanks to Toro Rosso for the hard work all weekend, more to come." And you might agree with that. Toro Rosso, they've stepped up a wee bit in recent weeks, and they're actually not looking too bad. Hopefully they should be able to keep that going. You feel like maybe a wee bit is kind of the drivers that are slowing them down, maybe just slightly due to their inexperience and things like that, but they will learn, and I'm sure Toro Rosso will have a pretty good season.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. It's looking okay so far. Battling with Hartley obviously was Marcus Ericsson, who said, "Not my weekend, difficult race after damaging my car in lap 1, still very close to scoring points with P11 at the checkered flag. Big congrats to my teammate Charlotte Clerk at Sauber F1 team for P6. Top job, now I will go home and do my homework and come back strong for Barcelona." Ericsson still had quite a solid start to the season. He's at a P9 already, so a few points on the board. P11, that's not a bad result. Unlucky not to quite get in the points. He was kind of in Alonso's boat. He kind of had a difficult race, but yeah, Sauber still had a good result. Obviously we'll come to Leclerc in a bit. He's happy with his weekend. Overall strong team result. Sauber might not finish last this season the way they're going.
Imagine a double points finish for Sauber.
It's not impossible.
Imagine. Up next, Esteban Ocon, obviously another one who didn't have the best of weekends. He said, "Tough one to swallow yesterday after the incident with Kimi. My race was over and the opportunity gone. Congratulations to Checo Perez and Force India for a great team result. On my side, we will come back stronger." It's good that he's acknowledging his teammates' success. but another, he's not had many retirements, but this was one of the races where he could have picked up a lot of points. Just think where his teammate finished.
Yeah.
They're probably been on similar strategies. So of course India third, fourth wouldn't have been out of the question. So he will feel disappointed. He will feel like that's a bit of an opportunity lost. But I'm sure that the whole team will take heart from that third place and will continue to strive.
Absolutely.
Going into Spain.
Pierre Gasly, obviously his luck was contrasting throughout the race. What a start he had from P17 to P7 at the start, he says, but then very long race for us, not much speed. Car quite badly damaged after the contact with Kevin at the last restart. Knew it would be a difficult one for us. Anyway, we will keep working for next one in Barcelona. Gasly still had a good start to the season. Obviously, the P4 in Bahrain was a great result. Great start for him, as we said as well. However, obviously, the incident with Magnussen, which was quite scary to see.
It was overlooked a wee bit.
Yeah, definitely, considering how much went on. It was overlooked to some extent.
And he called him the most dangerous driver on the grid.
It was.
It
could have caused a big accident. So he was lucky to save the car. But yeah, that did sort of wreck the race after that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Next up, Kimi Räikkönen. Although they don't have Twitter, he has been convinced to get Instagram. So if you're not following him, make sure you do that. He's very blunt, isn't he? He's very much on Instagram like he is in real life. He just put a picture up of him with the trophy and just said P2. Very simple. I mean, another strong performance for him. Still not getting that win though that he's craving.
It will come eventually, I think, with the way the season's going.
Yeah, but another strong result from him. Picking up where his teammate couldn't, and that's the good sign of a second driver, that they are there to pick up the points when the first driver isn't necessarily right up there.
Absolutely. Nico Hulkenberg said, "It's wild and just crazy here as it's so tight. We started well, but I just lost the rear end at the end of turn 4, and that was my race done. Really, it's unfortunate, but that's how it's done sometimes. Let's look forward to Spain." Yeah, not an ideal weekend for Hulkenberg, unfortunately, but that podium may eventually come. You never know.
Well, we'll see. His teammate Carlos Sainz, great race with good points reward. F1 is so much fun with races like this one. I enjoyed it so much out there. A fifth that tastes really well, especially because there is a marginal improvement, and every weekend I'm feeling better. Another strong result from Carlos Sainz. He was more than happy with that, especially with his teammate not picking up any points. But yes, he's quietly going under the radar, just putting in the work, and hopefully he'll get that move up the ladder to a bigger team sooner rather than later.
Make him. Kevin Magnussen saying, "Tough weekend for the whole team. We'll fight back in Spain." Obviously, he was in the wars quite a bit during the race. It's been a difficult start for Haas so far, as we said with Grosjean. They've dropped a lot of points, but I'm sure it will come for them eventually. They've got a quick car, so we will see how it goes as the season progresses.
Yeah, Stoffel van Dorn, P9, he says P9 and a few more points. Baku always provides an unpredictable race and shows to never give up until it's over. Very true, that's I suppose true for a lot of drivers this weekend. Just sort of never giving up attitude, you never know what's going to happen. And it could be valuable points for McLaren at the end of the season, a double points finish for them. Can't get much better than that.
Correct. I've got Sergio Perez saying, "Proud to share the history books with Pedro Rodriguez," which is translated from Spanish. Of course, that's referring to the fact that he is technically now one of the most successful Mexican drivers of all time. He'll be very proud of that achievement, and he's still got a few years left in his career, I'm sure.
Next up, the tweet from Driver of the Day, Charles Leclerc. He said, "Incredible day, P6 and Driver of the Day. Huge thanks to Sauber. What an incredible job. Let's enjoy the moment and work on Barcelona." Sauber, as we said earlier, looking very strong this season. Charles Leclerc looking like a very, very talented driver, and I'm sure he'll only continue to improve as the season goes on and hopefully pick up more points.
Absolutely, yep, he's got a great future ahead of him, so we'll see how it goes as the season progresses. Sergei Sorokin saying, "I hesitate that if it could have been stronger, it could have been better even, but today is one of those situations. Thank you for the support. We will come back even stronger." He's had a pretty difficult start to his rookie year. It's not looking great so far for Sorokin. Stroll getting points, obviously getting off the mark for Williams is good for the team. He'll have to follow suit as soon as possible though.
Yep. Last driver up, his teammate Lance Stroll. He said, "Thrilling race from start to finish, brought it home in 8th, first points of the season. Great progress by the team this weekend. Sights set on Barcelona in 2 weeks' time." Lance Stroll still a bit hit and miss at times, still not quite got there in F1 yet, but
he's still scoring points,
yeah,
and that's what the team needs, and he's continued to do so throughout the season and a bit so far that he's been at the team. So if he can keep doing that, then there's no reason to let him go.
Yeah, I think with Sorokin obviously struggling, he will need to be the man who picks up the points. Otherwise, Williams could be in a bit of trouble in the constructors this season. But anyway, that's all the drivers' tweets from the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe if you liked it. We'll see you next time.